Hey guys, this is Mega881000 and I have an update for you. As you know, I made a video about the announcement of Bandai Tamashii Nation's S.H.Figuarts Omegamon Premium Color Edition a few months ago, and since the pre-orders for this figure were opened, Tamashii Nations then gave us an update on the details about this upcoming figure, which I found just yet. For all of you who shouldn't know what I'm talking about, I've linked my previous video about this whole topic in the video description down below, because I don't want to mention all general facts again here in order to be able to keep this update shorter. And that's why I'm going to start right now with those newly posted facts about this upcoming figure. But how I said, it isn't this new. These facts were posted on the official Tamashii Nations blog site, so it was all in Japanese before only, at least I think so, and someone then translated it into English for the With the Will forum. I will list these facts for you now, and I will expand, embellish and comment them a little more with my own words if necessary. The update posted on the blog they called a kind of preview about this figure, and the main focus of the preview is on changes between the new figure and the one from 2016, which shares the mold with the new figure. The 2016 one is, as you know of course, S.H.Figuarts Omegamon Bokura no Wargame version with this pale color scheme. First of all, they flowed in this blog in nostalgic memories and wrote the following as an introduction. 20 years have passed since the spring of 2000 and the release of Digimon Adventure, our wargame. The Digimon Omegamon, which was born by fusing with the strong feelings of many people, is back in S.H.Figuarts. I will introduce its charm. The photographs are of a coloring sample figure. It may differ from the actual product. For this they added this image here again. The highlights this time are the George's body coloring and the movable cloak. The first point is coloring. For this we got added this image again. The 2016 figure was designed to be more faithful in coloring to the anime. The premium color edition was designed to reproduce a more luxurious look with a white pearl or more creamy coloring and metallic colors to produce a figure with unique charm and a different concept from the 2016 version. Well, that's nothing really new, and we already know this from the announcement details before. It was just worded a little differently here. In addition, this time the jointed parts of the hips have been reworked to make the stand portion less noticeable. Well, from the pictures I don't really know what they're meaning with that. The only thing I could imagine what they could mean is what you can see in this comparison picture, namely that on the 2016 Bokura no Wargame version you have these holes on the hips, or rather on the thigh joints, where a kind of rivet goes through, and that you can see through the section as well. Which section in compare kinda looks filled out more on the new premium color edition, so that you cannot see through these rivet holes or cannot see the rivets themselves on those thigh joint sections. So if it is that what they meaning with that, what I think it is, this is a very good improvement, or would, that you no longer can see those holes or rivets on the thigh sections, because I have the 2016 version, excuse me please, because I have the 2016 version myself, and I always found that this looks a bit strange designed on this one. And that these holes are filled out now on the new version I noticed pretty quickly in this comparison picture, but I did not wanted to mention that in the previous video because at first I wanted to wait and see until I personally hold the new figure in my own hands in order to be able to can judge this even better then, and also to be able to praise one or the other improvements more in the actual review video. Then, you know. But because it was mentioned in this blog now, I had to mention it here for the update as well, because I think that this is the detail that they tried to describe here. Maybe also not, I don't know how I said. But of course, there is a thumbs up from me for this further improvement, because you know that in this previous video I highly praised Bandai Tamashii Nations in this announcement for those improvements which they had already announced for this repaint some months ago. Since the new version is therefore not a pure repaint figure for me, because as I already mentioned in my previous video, such improvements for repaint figures are rather unusual for Bandai, and so far the changes for most Figuarts repaints have only been based on the coloring related, at least in the Digimon Figuarts section. As I said, thumbs up for one more improvement. Even if they don't meant my described detail, but this filled out section is also there. And next we have again this compare image with the weapons. About this point they wrote following: the Grey Sword and Garuru Cannon are also given a look akin to the main body with a strong metallic texture and flair. Here are action scenes using these. With that they're pointing out on those two images here. But hey, that's nothing new and we already know this, so quickly to the next facts. This is the movable cloak. For this point we have again this compare picture with the two capes. The cloak from the premium color edition combines two cloths and inner wire framing. This makes it easier to play and pose with. The photo above is of testing versions at the factory compared to the old cape. They were particular about the texture and color. The white appears quite glossy when exposed to our white surfaces and complements the pearl white of the main body. The red, which is shadowed in the cloak, has a matte texture to it, giving the figure some more personality when against it. Originally the color of the cloak was meant to be creamier than the color of the body, and the premium color edition reproduces the color of the cloak. I already showed you this picture in the previous video as well, but that what they have now additionally explained is new and above all very interesting, right people? And didn't I already suspect in the previous video that this picture shows a kind of prototype of the new cape? Because this is such a bright red, and the red inner part of the real cape looks much darker in the official product images on the real figure. So I was partly right about a prototype, because a prototype is also kind of test version. And again, isn't that incredibly interesting to learn such details? I think it is. Next up we have more news, highlighted with this already known product image. This is about the accessories. Excuse me please. The 2016 Omegamon came with Taichi and Yamato minifigures on the shoulders, and it was designed specially to reproduce the scene from the film, and was designed to work with the color of the main body. The figures are not on Omegamon this time, but the stand has been partially improved. It has been specialized for action scene posing. The pivot on the support has been made slightly bigger and longer, which allows Omegamon to be held up and take action shots of the figure flying, which is more like Omegamon, or poses which are more typical for Omegamon. I think they wanted to say something like this. Well, the first detail about the minifigures and that they are not within the package this time was actually clear from the start, at least to me, because they simply were not shown in the product images. The second detail about the base, however, is new again and another previously unknown but great improvement for the figure, for which you can also give high credit to Bandai Tamashii for doing this. For this they also added this new image here, where you can see clearly that an additional rod has been added to the movable rods as mentioned, in order to be able to pose and stage the figure in a way which is even more natural for Omegamon. Just great, isn't it? For this further improvement they're getting another thumbs up from me. If the whole thing would be also able to hold, lift and endure the entire weight as so nicely thought and described here, without dropping down through the weight of the figure, then that would be really super cool and an immense improvement compared to the stand base from the 2016 version. So we can now be sure that the old additional rods for posing the cape of the 2016 figure are also no longer included with the new version, which would be useless anyway, but that was formulated a bit strange back then, but now we got clarity for this as well here. Very nice! With these additional new facts and clarifications about the changes and improvements about this Omegamon Premium Color Edition figure is for me already one of the best Figuarts Digimon figures repaints that Bandai Tamashii has ever released, because they have never put so much effort into a Digimon Figuarts repaint figure, and above all considered improvements and changes for them to improve the once former released original figure. Otherwise, the Digimon Figuarts repaints were in short only the same figures or the same molds, just with different colors and color schemes. Like, or before, better said. I meant, otherwise the Digimon Figuarts repaints were in short only the same figures which they released before, or the same molds, just with different colors and color schemes before. Yes, of course, with the exception of Figuarts Imperial Dramon Paladin mode repaint, where they had to do the Omega Sword and Sword Holding Hands additional compared to the normal fighter mode figure. But at the same time they were forced to do this for an Imperial Dramon Paladin mode repaint, so that it can be the accurate Paladin mode. So you could see that with the Imperial Dramon figures as a necessary change as well. That's why I think all these changes and improvements they made for this upcoming Omegamon Premium Color Edition compared to its original 2016 release are so great, and they really went out of their usual way to improve this original figure as much as possible, so that it would at least worth to buy it without any hesitation, and so that it can get much love among fans, and Bandai Tamashii would fully deserve this, I think. And of course also in the sense as far as you are able to judge this so far now from the product images and the informations. As I mentioned last, it could be the best Figuarts figure of Omegamon that they ever have released so far. Especially also nice for those who don't bought or were not able to get the first D-Arts figure Omegamon back then, and also maybe don't got the Bokura no Wargame version from 2016 too. For the end of this preview they wrote following: pre-orders are now open for S.H.Figuarts Omegamon Premium Color Edition. Don't miss this new development of S.H.Figuarts Digimon. This last point they highlighted with this image here. Well, this with the pre-orders is now not as up to date at all, but for the rest I would say yes, the same. So get it people and support a chance that Bandai Tamashii maybe sees that it would worth to revive the Figuarts figure line with new Digimon characters. After all, they have already announced the second one, you know this, and that is of course Alphamon Premium Color Edition, for which I am really looking forward. A more detailed update about this one. I hope that everything will help Bandai Tamashii Nations to realize that many fans would like to see a revive of this figure series for the Digimon section. And as soon as there is an update about the teased Alphamon Premium Color Edition figure, you will hear from me again about this as well. For sure. Oh, and by the way, there's also an official preview video on YouTube where they briefly demonstrate the figure. So if that doesn't spoil you too much, then you can watch it. That's about it for this update now. Thank you for your attention and for watching. If you liked this video, I would be happy to get a like from you. And if you enjoy my channel, you can of course subscribe to it. I'm out. Goodbye guys. Your Mega 88 1000.